Friends, today we are going to be talking about multiplying across zeros. Now, I know that sounds really fancy, but basically what it means is how am I going to multiply when I have a zero in one of my that I'm multiplying. So for instance, in the number 409 times 23, I see that I have a zero right here. It's called multiplying across zeros. Now, this is no more difficult than if you were multiplying a regular digit that was 2 digits by 3 digits, like we've been doing. This is no trickier than any of the other problems that we've been trying to solve. The only difference between this is now we have a zero in one of our multipliers rather than just a regular number. So we're going to go ahead and work through this just like if we were working through any other problem. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the bottom with my bottom digits, my bottom number. I have 23, and I'm going to start by multiplying the digit in the ones place, which is 3. I'm going to start by multiplying the top numbers starting in the ones place. So I'm going to do 3 times 9. 3 times 9 is 27. I'm going to put down my 7 and carry my 2 to the tens column and circle it so I don't forget about it. Now, here's where it gets a little bit different than if you were multiplying just with regular whole numbers. Now I'm going to move over and do 3 times the tens column, which is 3 times 0. 3 times 0 is 0. Anything times 0 is 0. So I'm going to do 3 times 0 is 0 and add in my 2, just like we worked on before. 0 plus 2 is 2. See, that wasn't hard? Now I'm going to come over and do 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12. I have nowhere to carry that next digit, so I'm going to put it down in the bottom with the 2. So my first product when I did 409 times 3 was 1,227. Now I'm done with this 3. I've used it all up. So now what I want to do is I want to start working with this 2 right here. This 2 is in the tens place. 2 tens, if I hand you two $10 bills, is really 20. There's a secret 0 right there. I'm going to take that secret 0 and I want to put it down here as a placeholder. We don't want to forget about it. We always want to start our second piece with a 0 at the end. If you forget to move the 0, you're going to get a very wrong answer. I'm going to put this 0 here, and now I'm going to keep multiplying. I'm done with this 2, so I'm going to cross it off so that I don't try to use it again. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to multiply the top number starting with the ones place. 2 times 9 is 18. Put down the 8, carry the 1. 2 times 0 is also 0, but I have to add back in that 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. Now 2 times 4 is 8. So if I multiply 409 times 20, I get 8,180. Let's add those pieces together now for our final answer. 7 plus 0 is 7. 2 plus 8 is 10. Put down the 0, carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. 1 plus 8 is 9, and put my comma 3 places in. So my final answer is 9,407. All right, let's try another problem. Let's do 120, let's move that up a little bit, times 16. All right, now in 120 times 16, which number am I going to work with first? What do you think? If you said the 16, you were correct. In 16, which digit am I going to work on first? I want to work with the 6, the digit in the ones place. So I'm going to start off by multiplying. What am I going to multiply the 6 by first? I'm going to do 6 times 0. 6 times 0 is 0, so I just put down my 0. Now I'm going to move over to the 2. 6 times 2 is 12. Put down the 2, carry the 1 and circle it. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. My first piece is 720. I'm done with the 6, so I'm going to cross it off. And now let's start working with the 1, the digit in the tens place. This 1 really equals what? If you said 10, you were correct. So what I need to do is I need to stick that 0 down here in the ones column. I'm going to move it and use it as a placeholder. I'm going to cross off this 1 because I'm done using it and I don't want to accidentally use it again. Now I'm going to start multiplying with my 1. And what am I going to multiply this 1 by first? If you said 0, you were correct. 1 times 0 is 0. Just put your 0 down. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. And I end up with 1,200. To finish it off, now I'm going to add my pieces together. 0 plus 0 is 0. 2 plus 0 is 2. 7 plus 2 is 9. 1 plus 0 is 1. Put my comma in, and I have 1,920. All right, let's have you guys try one at home. I'm going to give you a problem. I'm going to put a problem on the board, and I want you to try this at home on a piece of paper on your own. We don't do 5th grade math in our head because it's too tricky, so I want to make sure that you try this problem on a piece of paper. Go ahead and work this problem out. See if you can get the correct answer, and then hit play once you're ready to go. All right, you think you have it? Let's try it out. I'm going to start working with the 34, the number on the bottom. I'm going to start with the digit in the ones place, which is the 4. I'm going to multiply by the numbers on top, starting with the digit in the ones place, which is the 5. 4 times 5 is 20. Put down the 0, carry the digit in the tens place, which is the 2, and circle it. 4 times 0 is easy. Anything times 0 is 0. So 4 times 0 is 0, plus 2 is 2. 4 times 3 is 12. There's nowhere to carry the 1, so I can put the whole 2 down. Put my comma, and I have 1,220. I'm done with the 4, so now what I'm going to do is, cross it off. And I'm going to go ahead and cross off my 2 because I used it already up here. That was when I was working with the 4. Now I'm going to work with the 3. I have to start by putting my placeholder down here because that 3 really equals 30. 3 times 5, I'm going to multiply by the ones place, gives me 15. Put down the 5, carry the 1, and this is why it's really important to cross off the first number that we carried because we're done using that one. 3 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1. And then 3 times 3 is 9. So my second piece was 9,150. If I put my pieces together, I get 10,370. All right, guys, if you got that right answer, give yourself a round of applause. Come to live lesson and we'll practice some more problems. Great job, everybody.